The more people we know, the greater is our network and the greater is our influence. The age old beaten down way of networking, the way we know it, is meeting people one on one at parties, at seminars, at business meetings. You go out there, you exchange your business cards, exchange numbers, and maybe even send them a LinkedIn request. Say you went to a party and there are 200 people there. How many people are you likely to have met by the end of the party? 200 people? Let's say you're optimistic. What? 30 people? 30 people, you exchange 30 cards, you've got 30 names to send LinkedIn requests to. Let's talk business. Say 6 months down the line, you were supposed to contact any one of them. Do they remember you? Most likely not. If I message someone 6 months later, somebody I met 6 months ago, and I give them my card, I call them up and I say, hey, this is Rahul here, we met at this party 6 months ago, they will not remember me. And the reason is they're likely to have met many people like me at that same party. So I don't stand out and I'm not memorable. That's the catch though. If networking is knowing many people, why does it have to be one to one? Why not one to many? What if you went into a room and introduced yourself to 8 people at the same time? What if you introduced yourself to 20 people at the same time? 50 people at the same time? 500 people at the same time? You can probably guess where I'm going with this one. I'm talking about going up on stage and performing the act of public speaking. See, the thing is, to you, it's one to many, but to the person listening, it's still one to one. Something very strange happens when you go up on stage. If you have something interesting to say, the effect of your message, the effect of your information gets magnified so many times. The more people there are in the audience, the more influence you have over each person in the audience. This is called stage effect. What's better is if you were to message any one of them 6 months down the line, they will remember you. A classic example of stage effect is when you watch stand up comedy on YouTube. When you play a clip that's really funny, you might smile, maybe even let out a few giggles. But if you were to go watch the same stand up special in person and you're sitting in this massive auditorium with 1,000 other people, you will laugh uncontrollably at the same jokes because the value of the message is magnified so many folds simply because you're sitting with 1,000 other people. That's stage effect on display. The villain in this story is our past experiences with public speaking. We just haven't learned to love going up on stage. Throughout university and our lives, we've been told that public speaking is a scary, larger than life thing that completely wrecks your senses when you go up there. So I'll give you a formula. I'll give you an equation that converts these large, scary thoughts into a solvable mathematical equation. Stage effect is equal to the quality of your presentation times the number of people in the audience. So if you're scared of going up on stage because you have a moderate, mediocre presentation, that times 100 people is still a great presentation. A mediocre presentation becomes great when there are many people in the audience, but lands flat when you present it to few people. If this isn't incentive, I don't know what is. Sure, let's be realistic and talk about the downside of it. If you prepare an absolutely trash presentation, it might backfire big time. But the majority of us are unlikely to prepare trash presentations. Hang on for a second. If you reached this far in the video, then do consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video because it tells YouTube to send more traffic my way and that really helps me out. It's free for you, but it does help me out. Now back to the video. I want you to imagine something for me. Suppose there were two of me, two Rahuls, and both of them go to a business conference where even you're attending. And the first Rahul is afraid of public speaking, the second one not afraid at all. The first Rahul brings his business cards with him, does the same drill, goes and tries to meet as many people as possible, exchange cards, exchange contacts. And the second one calls the organizer and says, I want to present so and so topic, I want to go up on stage, and actually gets booked for the event. The second Rahul goes up on stage and presents that day. Which one of them are you more likely to remember? The one that came up to you with their visiting card or the one that went up on stage? And which one of them is more likely to have met more number of people at the business conference? I think it's the second one. Hold that thought for a second. Imagine you are hiring for, say, a business consultant for your organization and you wanted to hire one of the two Rahuls. Which Rahul are you likely to hire? The one that gave you their visiting card or the one that went up on stage? The one that went up on stage. Why? Because of the stage effect. So the next time you get an opportunity to present, please don't turn it down, because that is the easiest way to network, and it's the easiest way to build influence, and that's the easiest way to be memorable. If you're somebody who is underconfident and doesn't know how to build their confidence to go up on stage, I don't have a sure shot recipe or formula, but I have identified a few tactics that worked for me, which I've shared in another video on my channel. And I'm going to link that at the end of this video. It's a video called How I Became Confident. Be sure to check it out.